Welcome back to Terminal Science Episode 2. It's been an awful long time since I've recorded anything. Um, I can't remember too much about this, but I don't think we got very far. So let's have a look around. I've started, that's right, so I started digging down to try and get some ore to start building stuff. So I've got a furnace going on, got some copper iron, some iron ore, and so on. Looks like it's dark outside, so I can't do too much. So, great. So we've got some rubber tree saplings. That's right. So we started off doing that last time. Good. So lots of good progress made last week. So let's carry on where we left off. Really. Our tools look good. Got some stone pickaxes. So I don't want to spend a huge amount of time digging down here. So I'm not sure whether I'll do a lot of off-camera work. Or whether I'll just do it all on camera to see. Maybe you can put in the comments if you want to or not. So yeah, let's just dig it down a little bit more and see if we can find just a little bit more decent ores, some more copper. Now, I don't know how much I said last episode, but copper ore is very important. So copper ore makes cables. Copper cables, which are very important for powering machines in the early stages. So later on we'll talk about how you power more high power machines or high voltage machines with cable made from diamonds and so on. But for now we'll be concentrating on purely copper cable. So the sort of main ingredients for a copper cable is rubber, which we need rubber trees for, and copper ore, and which when smelted down you could put 3 of them in a row to create 6 copper cables, uninsulated copper cables. So that's the first thing. The second thing that we'll be needing is iron, and we'll need a lot of iron. So iron makes machine blocks, and machine blocks combined with copper wiring makes machines. So to make an electric furnace, for example, you need an iron furnace and a machine block and a battery, which is made from copper wire. So, not going to go into huge detail right now on how to make all those things, because that's what we'll be doing very soon. But before we do any of that, we kind of need to get some materials. So we're going to be spending quite a lot of time building a rubber tree farm and collecting materials and setting up a decent mine shaft in order to get some of the early materials in order to start building machines. So while I'm doing this, my plan is to build, if you hear my daughter in the background, my plan is to build some simple machines for now. We're going to be building a generator, and a generator provides electricity from coal, so it burns coal in order to make energy or electricity. And we're going to build a furnace. Obviously we've got a furnace, but we're going to build an electric furnace so that we can use some of the energy from the generator to smelt things a bit quicker. And probably more important than all of that is something called a macerator. Now what a macerator does is it takes ore, such as iron ore or copper ore, and it turns it into dust. However, where am I? Oh, yeah. Instead of so if you take a normal standard iron ore, for example, like these 11 blocks here. If I was to smelt this iron ore, I would get 11 iron bars. If I macerate this, I get 2 powder for each iron ore, and then I use the electric furnace, or any furnace really, and smelt the powder, and I get a bar. So effectively double everything by using a macerator. So macerator is very important. So we're going to be building a macerator to double our ore quantity, and what we need after that pretty much is diamonds. Lots and lots of diamonds. We'll be using diamonds to create something called a quarry, and a quarry will be used basically to remove this manual process of digging and collecting ores. But I'm not going to ruin too much of that just now because that's quite some time down the road. So as soon as I get to a little bit further down, so I'm at 24 right now, the diamonds start to appear, what, around 8? Between 10 and 8 or something like that. Pretty sure we're going to see a cave soon though, a cave system, which will make things a lot easier. And I'm going to start talking about some of these ores in a minute. Don't know if you noticed that, but in Tekkit, my stone pickaxe just broke, and it was automatically replaced by the pickaxe I had in my inventory. That's a mod that is included in the Tekkit pack. Pretty cool. Right, I'm going to finish this digging up pretty soon. I just want to get a little bit further down towards where the diamonds are going to be, and then we'll head up and start smelting and looking at rubber trees and some of the other things we'll need to start building. Right. What else do we need to know? Okay, so we are pretty close to bedrock here. I'm surprised we haven't seen any lava yet. I guess we're call that lucky or unlucky. Some torches up so you guys can see a bit better. So let's look. I'm going to talk about some of these materials. Oh, the other thing we need is redstone. Redstone is required for a lot of things. So, for example, to make a battery, you need redstone. So it's very important. I'm going to stop here and sort of cave this out a little bit and make this my, I think Paul Saws Jr. calls it the forward base of operations, mining operations. So let's just make this a little bit bigger. What I like to do is, certainly in the Minecraft originals, make this nice big mining area here and do all sorts of strip mining and all that sort of stuff, and then build some rail carts to transfer everything up to my main base. But we don't need to do any of that in Tekkit. Tekkit provides us with tons of tools to do some really cool stuff. So let's light this up a bit. So, look what we got. So we got some silver ore, which is new for Tekkit. So silver is used for an awful lot of things in the Tekkit pack, from red power to buildcraft and industrial craft. They all use it. To standard iron ore that we get in normal Tekkit. Tin ore, which is equally as important as iron ore. So tin ore is used for things like anything like batteries and cells and things like that. So that's quite important. Copper ore, which we talked about, is for making copper cabling and things like that. It's used for a lot more recipes than just that. So, you know, as I said before, if I just smelted these, I get 22 copper bars, 8 tin bars, 11 iron bars, 5 silver ore bars, 5 silver bars. So we want to use as little of this as possible in order to make the macerator, and unfortunately we're going to have to use probably most of it. So let me just eke out one more row of this. We will use this as the base in order to start trying to find some diamonds. So there we go, we've got our mine set up. One thing that's important in Tekkit, just like it is in Minecraft, is we need to eat. So we're going to need to get some food here pretty shortly. Not really strictly Tekkit, but there are some cool stuff in Tekkit that mean food is no longer necessary, and certainly some of the armor later on means that we don't need to eat. The for example, the nano helmet. No, not the nano helmet. The quantum armor helmet means you don't need to eat anymore. So that's pretty cool. Let's smelt 6, 12, let's leave 4 of these alone and do 18 for now. So let's get that going. Let's put some of these. Don't need a lot of that at the moment. I will keep that in the dirt. It's light out, hooray! Okay, this was a great spot. I remember this. So we've already got some rubber trees. Did I already plant something? No. So where are we going to plant our rubber trees? I think we should do it out here for now. Let's just make a little bit of space. One thing we will need to do is upgrade our tools because we can't mine things like diamond and right, I've gone ahead and done a few things. Rather than me talking whilst mining and doing mundane things like that. So what I've done is I need to eat. I've killed a lot of cows and created some food, which I've cooked up just like in Minecraft. And notice that my rubber tree still hasn't grown. I'm not sure if it's because it's too close to the outside edge here or what, but I'm going to go ahead and pop a bone meal on it to make it grow. So just like any normal tree, rubber trees can in fact be simply clipped on to create, by bone meal to create to make the tree grow. I'm just going to strip this down. One thing you'll notice with rubber trees is that the rubber can come all the way up the trees, so it's best to strip it of all the leaves. We need to do this anyway because we need more rubber tree saplings to start our farm. This is rubber here. It's a yellow dot on the tree trunk. So hopefully by doing this we'll expose, usually there's two rubber outlets per tree. Good. Okay, I got 3 more, so let's go ahead and so anyway, I got 4 rubber trees there. Let's get the rubber out of it. So how do we do that? So I've got a bed and I've expanded my chest a little bit to free up a bit of room. So how do we make a rubber? How do we get rubber? So we use something called a tap, and a rubber tap looks like that. That's the shape. And basically, you're plonking a tap against the yellow spots, and you will get resin from the tree. Right, to turn resin into rubber, you need to cook it. So, just like smelting, you put the sticky resin in the top, the coal in the bottom, and out comes rubber. Now you need 1 rubber per copper that you turn into copper uninsulated wire. So while that's cooking away, I want to show you a couple more things that I've done. I've gone ahead and mined quite a bit of stuff, and I just want to kind of recap the importance of some of these and kind of explain why they're important and where they are in the hierarchy. So copper is, which creates copper bars, is probably the most basic Tekkit ore, which we talked about earlier. It makes copper cables. Iron, as you know, makes tools, which are very important, but it also is extremely important for making machine blocks. And we're going to go ahead and create a machine block right now, in fact. So we need 8 iron for that. The other important thing is tin. Tin is needed for batteries and lots of other things. Silver ore is also important for cabling and things like that. We'll get to that later. Gold is horrendously important. Tungsten. This is something else that's quite new in Minecraft and Tekkit. The main thing about tungsten ore is look at the EMC value. It's 16,384. It's a hefty piece of ore and it's worth a lot of EMC. If you look at diamond, that's 8,192, so exactly half. So 1 single tungsten is worth 1 diamond. So we've got 8 diamonds sitting right there ready to be transmuted across. And I'll talk about that process a bit later on as well. In the gems department, I haven't got them all here, but there's quite a few new ones. Uranium ore is predominantly used for reactors, for generating nuclear reactors for power. I'm probably not going to do much on nuclear reactors in this series. May do it in the next series, but I quite like clean energy, like solar and wind and stuff like that. But we will talk about that a bit. Sapphire is one of the new gems in Tekkit that is predominantly for tools, but it's also got quite a nice EMC value considering there's quite an abundance of gems of this type in the earth. There's also rubies, emeralds, sapphires as we talked about. There's one more, I can't remember the name of it, but there's quite a few diamonds that can be used for tools or for EMC. Lapis has actually got a use in Tekkit, which we'll talk about later. We've spoken about Nikolite. Nikolite is predominantly used for red power, and obviously we know about coal and red power, redstone and diamond. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and cook these, and while that's cooking, let's make some copper cables. So 3 copper in a row make an insulated copper cable. Now there's 2 ways you can make a cable. You could either surround this like so to make 6 copper cables straight off the bat, or you can do 3 of these to make the insulated and then just put them side by side. I like to do that because it's less clicks. If you're making an awful lot of cables, which you will be, this is quite a nice trick, is to create the uninsulated first and then just drop the rubber straight in, and it could be anywhere. So it's quite a nice way of doing it. So 12 cables, excellent. So once these 8 have come out, this creates an iron ingots. These create 8 iron ingots. We need to turn those 8 iron ingots into refined iron. Refined iron is new in Tekkit. It's just the process of smelting an iron ingot again. So you're sort of double smelting, and that refines it down into a much more Tekkit usable iron, if you like. So basically we make a circle out of the refined iron, and that makes a machine block. And the machine block is the base part of any machine that we're going to create. So that's how you make a machine block. So now we're going to make a battery. We need a few things for a battery. So let me get rid of some of this rubbish. Okay, to make a battery we put 4 tin, which we smelted down, 2 redstone through the middle, and 1 copper cable at the top makes a battery. Now a generator is our first device which creates energy, or electricity I should say, and it looks like this. Makes a generator. Now generators are the least efficient source of energy, so let's go ahead and carve out a little bit of this rock. I've got quite a lot of iron now, so I tend to make iron pickaxes instead. Absolutely fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and plonk the generator down. So just right clicking on the generator produces this little display. Basically it runs off coal. So let's go ahead and grab our stack of coal here, and we're going to stick it in the generator, and that will start to burn the coal to produce energy, and it's very loud. All machines in Tekkit tend to be extremely loud. However, that is our first machine, and this will be powering all of our other machines until we've got some renewable energy. Good stuff. Okay, well thank you very much for listening or for watching. So if you enjoyed it, please leave a like. I am going to create a lot more episodes, so I look forward to hearing your comments, and hopefully I'll get another episode up pretty shortly. Thanks very much everyone, and Enjoy the rest of your day.